Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're having an awesome day. So this year, 2019, marks the 10th anniversary, 15th anniversary, 20th anniversary, 40th anniversary of so many different albums. One of them is none other than Rated R by Rihanna that came out 10 years ago in 2009. Oh my god, where did the last decade go? I feel like it was just a few years ago when this album came out. I remember being 19 years old and jamming to it continuously. There are so many bops and great hits on here. This is definitely Rihanna's darkest album. I mean, it's called Rated R for a reason. So I'm really excited to dig back into it. I haven't listened to the whole album in many years, but I thought it would be fun to do this 10th anniversary edition of Rated R. Okay, so there are 13 tracks on here, and I've heard most of them, if not all of them. But like I said, I jammed to this album way back when, but I forgot a couple, so to me, this is gonna be a bit of a refresher. And I am really sick. I still have a cold. Sorry if I sound weird. I have the seasonal flu. It is not good. I hate it. But I'm gonna get through this record. I'm gonna get through this album for you guys. So let's get into it with track number 1, Madhouse. Welcome to the Madhouse. Madhouse. Okay, so that was Madhouse, a freaky, exciting way to start off this Rated R album. She sets the mood, she sets the tone. This is gonna be a very spooky, rebellious, angst-like album, and any rebellious teenager will be able to jam to this record. Honestly, that's what I did. Way back when. So that was Madhouse, and it had this introduction, this very Vincent Price-like introduction with that kind of voice that was being used in that song. I loved it. So now let's move on to track number 2, Wait Your Turn. Wait, it's over. Wait, it's over. Wait, it's over. Your turn. Wait, it's over. So that was track number 2, Wait Your Turn. A solid track on the album. Not one of the better tracks, but a good track nonetheless. I always enjoyed that song when I would listen to this album way back when. So now we will move on to track number 3, Hard, featuring Jeezy. This album makes me hard, let's be real here. So hard, yeah, so hard, so hard, yeah, so hard, so hard, so hard. That Rihanna rain just won't let up. Yeah, so hard, so hard, so hard. Wow, so that was Hard, the first real bop of the album so far. I just remember listening to this song so much, This was my go-to track on the album. This one and Rockstar 101. I mean, they are just total bops and hard. Yes, the song impregnated me so many times. Yes, yes, yes. One of the best tracks on the album, I gotta say. Really good, and the music video is just as spectacular. So that was hard. Jesus. Okay, so now let's move on to track number 4, Stupid in Love. I may be dumb, but I'm not stupid. In Love. So that was track number 4, Stupid in Love, and the first ballad on the album so far. And I remember listening to this album way back when, and this wasn't one of the tracks that I would typically listen to. It would be one of the tracks I would skip. But now, rewind 10 years later to now, and I can really appreciate the song. It kind of harkens back to Rihanna's older ballads like Unfaithful and Take a Bow. I really get that vibe from this song, Stupid in Love, and it's a good ballad. I feel like it might be oddly placed as the 4th track on the album between Hard and Rockstar 101. I just feel like it's an odd placement. But anyway, it's a solid ballad. Again, it's not one of the songs that I would listen to continuously, but it's still a good song. And now we will move on to track number 5, Rockstar 101 featuring Slash. Yes! To be what you is to be what you are. Oh, this is a black guitar. I'm a rock star. Hey, baby, I'm a rock star. Big city, bright lights, sleep all day. Oh, baby, 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 Beanstalker. Isabella, make sure you wrist me good. Check my panties and my bra. Only thing I'm missing is a black guitar. Hey baby, I'm a rock star. Hey baby, big city, bright lights. Baby, I'm a, oh 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 baby, I'm a. Star. Hey baby, I'm a rock star. Hey baby, big city, bright lights, sleep all day, no night. Baby, I'm a, oh baby, I'm a, oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, I'm a, oh baby, I'm a, oh baby, I'm a, oh baby, I'm a, oh. Yes! It was still one of the standout tracks to me way back when I was listening to this album, and I still love it to this day. Very rock-oriented song. Obviously, it's called Rockstar 101 with the iconic Slash in it. Very different from what Rihanna released prior or what she released after this album. So now let's move on to track number 6, Russian Roulette. Pull the trigger. Can't see, but so just pull the trigger. So that was Russian Roulette, the first single released off of this album, I believe. And I totally love it. It's a really good song. Just like the rest of this album, it's edgy, it's dark, it's ominous, angry. All of those words kind of wraps this album up and this song together, and puts it in a mean little package. I really do like this song, Russian Roulette. And it's a real fun game to play. Just kidding, no it's not, guys. So now let's move on to track number, oh, I cannot talk, I'm so sorry. So now let's move on to track number 7, Firebomb, which this is, I just remember listening to this song continuously. This is probably the most played song on the album for me. Probably one of the most standout tracks. I absolutely love it. Very disappointed that it wasn't released as a single. It really should have been. It's a really, really good song. Just want to set you apart, so I will. I just want to set you on fire so I won't have to burn alone. I love the song so much. Like I said prior, I mean, this is one of the standout tracks for me. I always enjoy listening to it. It's the most played song on the album for me. Can't go wrong with it. It's just a really good song. So now let's move on to track number 8, Rude Boy. Okay, so that was track number 8, Rude Boy, and Rude Boy is probably the most prominent song on this album in terms of popularity. This song was definitely the most successful song released. You heard it everywhere when it was released. It was very, very popular for good reason. It's a good song. It's a good pop, catchy song. So now let's move on to track number 9, Photographs featuring Will I Am. Okay, so that was track number 9, Photographs, and probably my least favorite song on the album. And I don't like it. I mean, there are many times where a song is my least favorite song on an album, but that doesn't necessarily mean I dislike it. It's just my least favorite. This is my least favorite, and I don't like it. Will I Am's part, I just feel like he doesn't fit the song. I feel like he doesn't fit the album. He kind of takes me out of the mold of this album and the aesthetic and the feeling of, the meanness and the anger of this album, and I just kind of get reminded of Will I Am's Black Eyed Peas pop, and I don't want to think of that music when I'm listening to Rated R by Rihanna. And I just don't like the song in general, unfortunately. I never really liked this song. I remember listening to this album back whenever I was listening to it when I was like 19, 20, 21, and I don't recall ever really liking this song. So now let's move on to track number 10, G4L, Gangster for Life. Okay, so that was a G4L, Gangster for Life, and Total Bob, I like this song. It's not one of my favorites. It's probably one of the in-between tracks. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I like it. It's a good song. I would listen to it if it came on shuffle. Good song. So now let's move on to track number 11, Tiamo, I Love You. Te Amo, I Love You, track number 11, and this was always one of the standout tracks to me. This was a song I always went to when I decided to listen to this album. I mean, I imagine this song must be a fan favorite. It's, I Love You, and it's a really good song. It has a good beat, the lyrics are nice, really good song. So now let's move on to track number 12. We only have two tracks left. Cold Case Love, track number 12. So that was track number 12, Cold Case Love. And this song, I mean, we all kind of know the story behind this album or what kind of led Rihanna to releasing this kind of album, that incident with Chris Brown. That was very traumatizing for her, very shocking to the public. And I imagine this album is kind of her frustration, her anger with the publicity and Chris Brown himself, and her own emotional thoughts and feelings just kind of purged into these songs. And Cold Case Love is no exception. And it's a good song, and that build up near the halfway point, and then it went into like the electric guitar, and then like it sounded like beatboxing. It was a really triumphant ending of this song, and I enjoyed it. I remember listening to this album years ago, and this was always like a song I would skip. I don't think I'd ever listened to this song in full before. And so when I heard, the electric guitar and like the build up halfway, I was in a bit for a shock. I was like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. It starts off with a ballad and it kind of goes into, rock territory, which is really nice. I like that song. So now we have made it to the final track on the album, track number 13, the last song. So that was track number 13, the last song. Wow, what a great ballad, what a great song, what a great way to wrap up the album. Very bittersweet. This whole album was bittersweet in a way, very tragic, very angry, emotional. Everything that kind of went into it was Rihanna's experience prior to this album being released, that incident with Chris Brown. Hopefully she kind of found some peace. I mean, this album was released 10 years ago. One can only imagine what she was thinking about in terms of the future, her hopes, dreams, what she was looking forward to, what she kind of wanted to leave in the past. 10 years later, hopefully she achieved what she wanted to. I mean, obviously she's still young. Hopefully she's still reaching for the stars, which she's doing. But hopefully she's in a better place now. Because I imagine she was probably in a very dark place when she released this album. So that's the conclusion of Rated R. The highlights for me were Hard, Rockstar 101, Russian Roulette, Firebomb, Rude Boy, Tiamo, and yes, those were the highlights for me. I'll even throw in the last song, why not? Good album, and my least favorite was probably Photographs. Ugh. So leave a comment, tell me what your favorite song is off this album. What's your favorite Rihanna song? What's your favorite Rihanna album of all time? Yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. I enjoyed listening to this album again. Hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you next time. Take care.